For more on the battle over voting rights, we bring in ABC's Political Director Rick Klein. Rick, thanks for joining us as usual. Faith reported on that $25 million I Will Vote initiative. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, Lindsay, this is money that the Democratic National Committee is going to put toward voter education, voter registration, also legal efforts, which could be critical in this fight to try to combat what they see as Republican efforts to disenfranchise people. But the key thing to think about through all of this, Lindsay, is this is essentially playing under the current rules at the same time that Republicans are working to change those rules in so many states. So they're going to basically be trying to tread water here at best as Democrats and try to get the word out that, yes, it's going to be different when you vote in many, many states next year.
And President Biden has repeatedly said that it's critical to make voting easier and to stop efforts that make voting harder. But it doesn't look like Democrats can get a federal voting rights bill through Congress, at least not anytime soon. So what can the president really do realistically on this issue at this point?
Probably the biggest thing is empowering his Justice Department, as he has done. But we saw with that Supreme Court ruling just a week ago that there are fewer tools that are going to be available to federal authorities to try to enforce old laws like the Voting Rights Act. It was essentially gutted by the Supreme Court. So that means that the Justice Department, when it challenges a state law, it's going to have a precedent now that's working against it. It's going to be that much harder for them to get that thrown out. Short of that, it really is the megaphone. And we heard that from civil rights leaders who were at the White House today. They want to see President Biden speak about this more forcefully, more regularly, continue to exert pressure, not give up. There still are legislative solutions that could pass, even if they aren't as sweeping as the big bill that was passed in the House and that some senators want. There aren't Democratic votes for that now, but the hope among some advocates is that by President Biden continuing to talk about this, by continuing to keep that bully pulpit at a pretty loud volume, that you may be able to change some of the politics around this and be able to pass something while Democrats control Congress.
And what can you tell us about the current situation going on in Texas right now?
Yeah, the Texas legislature is now back in session. We remember when Democrats forced the Republicans to convene through a walkout without moving any new legislation. But the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, who is a pretty strong Trump supporter, he's been endorsed by Trump, and he's got a tough re-election race on his hands. He's called a special session of the legislature that reads like a conservative wish list. And item 1 on that agenda, according to lawmakers there, is what they're calling electorate integrity. They're going to try to take up this bill. They'll probably be moving through this weekend to try to craft what will be a pretty restrictive new law around how to access the ballot box in Texas.
Rick Klein, thank you so much as always.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.